Hi everybody, welcome to Cupid's Tarot. Funny story. Funny story, I woke up this morning and the plan was to do a reading about messages from your mom, right? I figured why not, something's just been telling me, let's do messages from your mom, But I woke up this morning and I was looking at my shot glasses and I was like, something in me was like, that's exciting. And I was like, oh, that's what I should do today because that's more in line with my mood. Our parents can be so So I figured since I'm in a more mood, I will do this reading instead, which is why are you so exciting? What makes you exciting, right? What makes you a trip? What makes you just interesting that catches people off guard, that has people wanting to spend more time with you or keeps people on their toes? Just, you know what I'm saying? In general, what makes you so exciting? So when I was taking pictures for this, I didn't want you to know what the shot glasses look like. I'm showing them from above only, all right? And I will reveal what the shot glass looks like to you when we get to your reading. I'm not going to really make assumptions about what that means for you. I just thought it would be fun. So maybe it'll surprise you what your shot glass looks like. I don't know. But anyway, group 1, group 2, group 3. Before we move on and get to the readings, I do want to say that if you're not subscribed to this channel, you need to be subscribed so that you can get notifications every time I post a new video, so that you can participate in the polls that I put on my community tab, so you can know when I have sales, when I have little whatever giveaways, when I do anything, right? Also, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I'm a painter, all that shit. Anyway, let's get right into your readings. As usual, there will be a picture for you to pause the video and meditate on which group belongs to you, and all timestamps for each group will be in the description box below. So I will see you at your reading. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. Let me start my timer so we don't get too ahead of ourselves. All right. Group 1, let's get right into your reading. So the shot glass you have is a plain black shot glass. I know, oh my God, so exciting. This is a really nice thick ceramic one too. I forgot where I got it, but this is one of my favorites. It's pretty much my go-to when I'm taking shots in case one of my guests want it really, really bad. But anyway, let's put that to the side. Let me know how your shot glass resonated for you, if it has any type of interesting significance. Please let me know, group 1. All right. I'm not channeling with the seashells. I feel like it's not really that type of reading. But let's see. What makes group 1 exciting? Uh-oh. What makes group 1 exciting? You already know what it is. One card at a time. I have to take two. So the Fool, and we have the 3 of Wands. Okay, and then we have 9 of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing you put people in their place. Ooh, you put people in their place. I'm hearing with this 9 of Wands and the Fool here. It's like there's this way that I'm not getting like a shutdown type of energy. Like you don't shut down, but it's like there's this unexpected thing about you where Like, people don't expect you to be able to make people feel foolish, right, for the things they do or say to you. And you could do this by isolating them or walking away from them, right? This willingness to move on and move forward in spite of their behavior. But it's like the way you move on or the way you move forward is also a way of calling them out, right? You turn your back. You could be somebody who gives this cold shoulder as you just move forward. I don't see any swords, so I feel like you don't do this with your words. This is all action. Lots of fire energy. You could be an Aries, or I'm seeing Aries rising more specifically. Even though I don't know why I'm saying Aries rising. The Fool is here, but the rising placement is just coming into my mind. But I'm no astrologer. I really don't know anything about astrology. I know what my chart looks like, and that's it. I can kind of describe the energies, but I don't know anything about houses. I can tell you what each placement kind of means, but only the inner planets. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's see. What else am I getting? What makes you exciting? You're not, yeah, it's just in general, you're not afraid to show people, right? You show people, okay? But it's like, I'm seeing you could be very quiet though, right? You're a quiet person. You don't say too much, or it's more like you just don't really, you don't force yourself out there. You don't just put yourself out there and be like, whoa, look at me, look at me, look at me. You're not like that. You're just, like I said, you show people with your actions. And so, like, at first people, you know, you just do what you need to do. But then somebody want to get smart, or somebody want to pop off, or somebody wants to, you know, try you in some way. And you have a way of defending yourself that when you, but I already said this, but yes, like, when you defend yourself by, like, turning your back, it's in this way that is so, not abrupt, it is quick. It is without warning. Oh, yeah, it's like without warning almost, right? It's like you just switch up because, and then they see like, wow, I'm on the outside now, right? With this 9 of Wands. You can see the bigger picture. Like, you focus more so on the bigger picture, right? That makes you exciting. What else? Let me get some more cards. Judgment. I'm just getting 2 cards, I guess. Oh, but come on. Yes, just give me, I'll shuffle one more time. What else makes group 1 so exciting? You make decisions quickly. You can quickly decide what's for you and what's not. With this 4 of Pentacles, I do feel like there's an opportunist energy here, right? You're good. You could be good at gambling. I'm seeing somebody who might know how to gamble. But in general, it's like you have this way. You're a good risk taker, right? But with this 4 of Pentacles, it's like you know when to not, right? With this 8 of Pentacles too. 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, right? There's a groundedness here, right? You don't just willy-nilly move to the next thing or move to the next thing and then do this and then do that. No, it comes off very strategic, but it's quick. So it's like you're a fast thinker. You're a quick thinker. You don't just do things because in that moment you felt like it. We have a Queen of Swords, right? So yeah, the strategic energy. I'm getting some harsh love type energy, but now we have a sword, right? So this air is coming out. So you are probably, there are times when you do speak, it's like you don't always, like, you're not always like speaking and putting yourself out there or using your words to cut people down or whatever. But when you do speak, it's it catches people by surprise. It's unusual in a way, right? It's unusual. People don't feel prepared for what you have to say usually. And I also feel like this is very intellectual, right? Because like I said, I was getting the energy of somebody strategic. So when you speak, it's like it only reinforces that the action that you take is not just because, it's well thought out, right? This Four of Pentacles is about self-preservation in a lot of ways, right? It's about holding on to things. It's a bit selfish, it's a bit stubborn, but it's like holding on to your resources, holding on, in this way of just like I said, kind of opportunist. Like, you're not just gonna let go of what you got just because. You're not just gonna release information just because. You're not just gonna go and do that just because. You think it through, and you take note of what you've worked for, the resources that you've acquired, right? What you have to offer, and you make a judgment based on that, right? Very strategic. Like, I didn't want to say gambling again. There's another word that's coming to mind, but I lost it. But yeah, what's exciting about you, or what surprises people about you, is the way you're able to just kind of like cut things off that don't work, or cut things off that can't be trusted, or that are not gonna, be beneficial. With this Nine of Wands here, I keep looking at that because I'm kind of seeing it here in tandem with the Four of Pentacles, right? This energy of being very stubborn, right? Like I said, a cold shoulder, or just like a really hard no. It's like, you're exciting because you can stand really firm in the decisions you make, right? You can't be budged. People can't just come and easily sway you to agree with them or do something that you wouldn't on your own agree with, right? You can really stand in your opinion or in your beliefs in a way that makes you kind of admirable, right? Like, this could be, you can relate this to really anything. This might resonate for everybody in a different way, but for example, like, let's say you're hanging out with your buddies, right? And y'all get pulled over by the cops. You're not going to say anything about nothing, right? And that's like so admirable, right? But it can be unexpected. Like, nobody had to tell you not to. Nobody had to plead like, oh my God, please don't, everybody, no, you're just gonna, exactly what to do. You know how to self-preserve in those moments. You are not a follower, right? I don't know, it's something really interesting here. Like, maybe I'm also getting somebody with a lot of street smarts, perhaps. Somebody who just kind of knows how to handle themselves in tricky situations or risky situations. Somebody who knows how to mind their own business, even, who doesn't really get caught up in other people's business. So, like, as far as, like, what makes you exciting, it's like, let's say, like I said, if you go out with people, people know that when they're out with you, they're going to have a good time, but they're also going to be in safe hands. You're trustworthy, right? You're not going to let your homegirl drink out of her cup that she left on the counter for 5 minutes, right? You're not going to let your homie slouch over in the corner because they drunk and just leave them there, right? You'll hold your friend's hair when she's thrown up over the toilet, or you'll tell her, hey, don't dance with that guy, or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, with this Three of Wands, it's like you can lead a night of fun. I don't know why I'm getting a night of fun as well. Like, a night out on the town, and it's You're just a good planner as well. You know how to plan. It's like you know how to have this balance between having fun while also having sense, right? Like I said, that self-preservation energy is coming through again. You know how to just have sense, right? You're not going to just throw sense out the window for the sake of fun, because for you it's like, well, I want to go home at the end of the night. That's what I'm hearing. Like, I want to go home at the end of the night. I'm not trying to be out here, you know, busted, lost, forgotten, and, you know, in a situation that I can't get myself out of. You know that you can have fun without that, right? There's a lot of layers to this, because it's like it's expanding across your entire personality. Right? So you're like this with situations, you're like this with people. You're fun. I'm seeing somebody who's agreeable, somebody who's adaptable, but also somebody who is firm, somebody who is strategic. And it's like, it's that strategic part of you that really does catch people off guard, because it's like it levels you up in a way in other people's eyes. Like, at first it's like, without it, you're just like, oh, that's a good person, they're cool, they're interesting. But then once you start speaking, or once you get into situations where this part of you comes out, then it's like, oh, this person, that person is the real deal. Oh, that person's really smart. Oh, that person will be able to help us. That person knows what they're talking about, right? Now it's like it elevates you, because now you're not just a nice, cool, fun person. You're not just, you know, willing to take risks. You're willing to take risks, and people trust that you're probably going to get exactly what you want out of the situation, because you're that smart. You're that strategic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm getting here. That's what makes you exciting. But let's get one card from my Oracle deck for Group 1. What makes Group 1 exciting, please, Spirit? I have thought about getting a new deck of cards. I just don't know what yet. I'm very particular. I know that whatever it is, I want it to come to me, and it will. Shelter. Shelter. History. Wow. Okay, so a few things are coming through. So with the shelter, I definitely feel like what makes you exciting and what makes you interesting and what catches people off guard about you is that you are a protector. You're protective, right? You are protective. You are a nurturer. People don't really... It's something about you that when they first meet you, maybe with the Fool, you could be younger than a lot of people around you, or you could be smaller, or there's something about your personality that comes off more childish or less mature or something with this Fool here, right? But then once I said, once people start getting to know you, then it's like, oh, this person is really smart. This person plans. They strategize. And so then it's like, that's when they begin to see this protective element. You could be protective of yourself, like really protective of yourself, or really protective of like a particular craft or something that you do. But it's like the people around you, they trust their safety. Like, it's like you make people feel secure, right? And very thoughtful. I'm getting like a thoughtful person. But I want to move on to this history card, because history here is letting me know that people, what makes you exciting is how much you know, or how much you've been through or what you've done, right? There are people who look up to you. I'm seeing people who look up to you. But it's like they're looking up to you because they're surprised at what you know. Maybe for some people, it's like they're looking up because it's like for some of you it could be like you are wise, like past life type wisdom with this history card, because it's almost like a repetition of the same person. So it's like you could have this knowledge that feels like it expands over lifetimes, or you seem like an old soul, or you know more than your age would probably indicate. Or like I said, it might have to do with just your experience, right? So people are looking up to the type of experiences that you've had that have made you this person. Let's see, what else? Sorry, guys. Let's see what else I can get before we end the reading. I like your group, but that's all I have for you today, group 1. If you really enjoyed this reading, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment and subscribe if you are not subscribed so that you can be notified whenever I post new videos. Lastly, I am open for private readings. If you would like to book a reading with me, all information for that is in the description box below. So I'll see y'all at your next reading. Bye, group 1. Welcome to your reading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm not going to channel with the seashells today, so I'm going to get right into the reading. You guys have chosen the clear shot glass. I actually don't use this one much. This is like a filler shot glass, like in case more people are over than usual. But I'm not gonna try and determine what this means for you, but if you feel like the fact that you picked the clear shot glass is super significant in any way, make sure to let me know in the comments because I'm curious, okay? So let's get right into your cards. What makes group 2 exciting? What catches people off guard about group 2? What shocks people about group 2? We're just going to get 2 cards from the first deck because that's what I did for group 1. All right. We have strength here. And we have 8 of coins. What makes you exciting? I'm getting a really protective energy here. Okay, with this 5 of Swords, I'm seeing somebody that will go toe-to-toe. Someone who definitely will defend themselves. I'm seeing like this protective, like it's like a fort or something around this whatever in the center. And so I'm getting the message, like an energy of somebody who will defend whatever it is they need to defend head on. Somebody who will be on the front lines. Somebody that will fight for, I'm saying for some of you this is very literal. Like I don't usually I don't promote fighting, honestly. But for some of you this is very literal, so be careful. But it surprises people that you will literally fight. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Some of you could be yeah, I'm getting very physical energy here. This strength card. Yeah. Some of you, what's surprising to people is how strong you are. Like, literally. Or how brave you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not like a bigger person or a super physically strong person, it's surprising at how mentally or emotionally strong you are. How you're brave enough to call something out or to be confrontational, and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how that applies to you. But yeah, it catches people off guard, and I'm feeling for some of you, you could look like you're the one who needs to be protected, or you look like you would be the one that somebody else would have to protect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be small, or you could be, you know, come off as naive or something, but you're willing really to go toe to toe. Maybe for some, what makes this exciting is that you'll fight them, right? That they can't just, like, ooh, like people in your circle, right? So, like, not people outside your circle who be trying to mess with you, but people in your circle, right? You will fight people who are like friends or family or whatever. Like, okay, let me just say this. I'm not saying any of this is good. That's kind of what I intended, though, for this reading. But if you're fighting your family and friends, I'm not saying that that's good. You know your situation more than I do. So if it's a situation where really you do need to be, then do you. But I'm not saying any specifics. I just want to put that out there, you know. But what I'm seeing, though, is like, it could be like maybe if people in your family want to try you, you're not afraid to stand up to them, right? If you have friends or former friends that be wanting to try you, you're not afraid to stand up to them. And maybe it's because you are so loyal, you are so tight with your people, right? You really take your friendships or your whatever with them seriously, and you know you are very loyal, and you have protected them in the past from other things. And so it's like it surprises them when they do something and you give that energy to them. They don't expect to ever be on that end of this, you know, on that end of your rage or your anger or your whatever. But then when they are, it's like it shocks them. They can't believe, because they feel like, some people just feel like they can take advantage of people who give to them, right? You have a way of like, maybe you have really sharp words I'm getting with this Five of Swords, right? Yeah, and with this Leo too, I think of like the lion's roar. Leo, I mean strength. But like, yeah, I think of like the Leo and the lion's roar. I have a Leo Mars, so determine what you think that means on your own. Put it in the comments. But with this Five of Swords, I'm getting somebody who, like, you know, on a regular day, you might not be, you know, popping off at the mouth. But when people really want to try you, even if they're close, your mouth can get real reckless, is what I'm getting, right? You can get real, and people can be shocked at the things you say. And I feel like with this Eight of Coins, you hit close to home, too. You're the type to hit close to home. And when you need to go off on somebody, or when you need to defend yourself from somebody, the situation is resolved, but it leaves really a sore spot. It really does, because of some of the things you say to people. Like, it really leaves them going, Like, the relationship is probably never going to be the same because of what you said or how you said it or whatever, you know. And it's just like, it's because it's your energy. Your energy is very, very protective. I'm getting with this Eight of Coins too, because it really is starting to look like a barrier, right? But like, let's get some more. Let's get some more cards. Sorry, I got a message from somebody and I ended up reading it, and I kept telling myself, don't read it, don't read it, don't read it, because you're going to get quiet. But I did anyway, so I apologize. Anyway, let's get some more cards for Group 2. What makes you exciting? Tell me more about Group 2, Spirit. What makes Group 2 exciting? What catches people off guard about them? What makes them spicy and unpredictable and keeps people on their toes? All right, we got King of Swords. Damn, Group 2, let me tell you, some of y'all, Queen of Wands, some of y'all might need to calm down, all right? I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm seeing somebody always ready to pop off, okay? And I'm just here to let you know it ain't that serious. It's not that serious, Group 2. What makes Group 2 exciting? Eight of Swords. Oh. Interesting. I definitely want to clarify this Eight of Swords. Can I clarify this Eight of Swords, please? Four of Swords. Yeah. This is my group, that Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So, I'm getting overall not so great energy here, okay? And it's not because Group 2 is not great, but it seems like your energy is kind of counterproductive for you, or it doesn't really lend itself to the best outcomes, right? Remember I was saying with this Five of Swords, how, you know, the situation will resolve itself, right? But it's like some of the things you say or how you say it doesn't really benefit anyone. Everybody walks away feeling real like nasty about it, and it's like, you know how like you eat something and the aftertaste is just, and it's like it could have been good. It was probably something that you thought was really gonna taste good, but now you're just like, and you just got to deal with it now and just like hope this taste go away eventually. That's what I'm getting from this Five of Swords. So when I see this this King of Swords and Queen of Wands, it's kind of like you're too hot, right? You're too hot up here, and you know, in your mind and like your aura. It's like, because the King of Swords, I see him as like also a strategist, right? But he's always on the edge of his seat. He's ready. He's not gonna get up prematurely, but he's always ready. And I feel like that's kind of what you're giving. You're giving like super, super defensive. You know what I mean? For some of you, you may be protective of other people, but honestly, it may only be people that you feel are super, super close to you, like your children, your pets, your siblings, right? Or people you see as like that close. But overall, I feel the energy of somebody who's super, super, super protective of themselves, and it does catch people off guard. It really does surprise people at how defensive you are. And I'm seeing with this Eight of Swords and this clarified by this Four of Swords, you have a trust issue. There's this fear here of opening up or expanding your mind, or letting go of habits. Some of you could have really bad habits that you won't let go of, and this could be anything. Like, it could be drug use, it could be a video game you always play. It's something that you constantly do, that you hold on to. There's something you're holding on to as a crutch, and you're kind of stubborn about letting it go, even though it really is holding you back and debilitating you. It's creating all these restrictions around you, but you won't let go because of this fear you have. You have some underlying fear, definitely of trust. Just feeling like you feel like you constantly have to be on the defense, ready to cuss somebody out and say something this or that. And with this Eight of Wands, to me, it's kind of like I said, with this Eight of Swords kind of being very restrictive, it's like it doesn't really allow for you to take advantage of the opportunities presented to you, right? I'm also getting like surprised at how far you've come, right? For people, and I don't mean that in a good way either. Like, people are kind of surprised that this hasn't pretty much hurt you in the long run. Can we clarify this Eight of Wands as well, please? Please clarify this Eight of Wands. I just want one card. I don't want the whole deck. Page of Pentacles. Justice. With there's justice here at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. I just heard there's more you need to learn, right? You need more opportunities here with this Eight of Wands to learn things. Like, with this Page of Pentacles, I'm getting a student, right? But it's like a student of like your life experiences, right? These experiences you're having can be used as tools to teach you and encourage you to do better, right? To get out of this Eight of Swords energy, right? With this Justice, there's just things you need to learn. And I feel like I'm feeling like it's surprising how much you need to learn, right? Or how much you haven't learned or refuse to learn. Because Justice to me is a very equalizing type of card. It's very fair, but it's also very karmic. It's about getting what is owed. It's about the checks and balances, right? And it's like yeah, I mean, I'm getting a lot of warnings here. I'm getting a lot of warnings here for group 2, and I'm getting a lot of advice for group 2. All right. I'm hearing just that people are not surprised at how you are, or like they're not surprised at what's around you. You've cultivated it, you've created it, but it's not looking good because you are in this Eight of Swords energy, right? Being trapped in some type of mindset or pattern that's based on fear, right? And so I'm getting an environment cultivated in fear, right? And it's keeping you here at this Page of Pentacles, where I'm getting somebody who thinks they know a lot, or they try and act like they know a lot, but there's still so much that they don't understand, and they're kind of making things harder on themselves. With the Justice here, with their attitude and their actions. Okay? I feel like if this is not resonating, this is probably just not your group 2. But yes, like people can see why this has happened to you or why that has happened to you, and they're surprised. It's like your attitude is just surprising to people at how, like I said, defensive it is. Very, very defensive. I don't want to say, there is an energy here of being mean or being harsh or rude even, but I wouldn't say this is about you being mean, right? This isn't about your energy being mean. This is about your energy being on the defense. And that's something that you need to check, because with this justice here, it's like it's telling me you're going to get what you deserve. You're going to reap what you sow. And so, like I said, if you're making decisions out of fear and defensiveness and you're cultivating energies based in that, you're going to be stuck here at this Page of Pentacles, not progressing, still lacking necessary knowledge needed to move your life forward. And you're going to get exactly what you've cultivated, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be able with this Page of Pentacles to really take advantage of these opportunities that can come to you, right? And they will still come to you, all right? Nobody, your opportunities are going to come, but are you going to be ready to take them on? Are you going to be equipped to take on these new opportunities, right? That's something to think about. But I want to get one more card for you, Group 2. What makes Group 2 exciting? Just one card, please. What makes Group 2 exciting? Uh-oh. For some reason, this deck is just not wanting to give me a card, but let's try one more time. What makes Group 2 exciting? Growth. Oh, yeah. Facing fears. At the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so it really does surprise people of how much you need to grow. Okay? How much you still don't really understand. I'm also just getting a refusal to because of your fears. People, they're caught off guard with how much you hold yourself back. And how much of it is rooted in just fear. And I feel like you have a hard time trusting people and letting people close, right? You might have a tendency of, I don't want to say ruining relationships, but you might have a tendency of creating strains in your relationships where there may not be none. And it's not on purpose. Obviously, I'm sure it's not on purpose, but it's like when you start acting out of fear, you might accuse people of doing things, or you might give cold shoulders, or you might withhold communication or block or do whatever, these things are. And it makes it hard for your connections to grow or flourish. Okay? Well, that's all I have for you today, Group 2. I really hope you enjoyed this reading and or it resonated. If so, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you would like, go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post new videos. Lastly, I am open for private readings, so if you would like to book with me, the link for that is in the description box. I will see you guys at your next reading. Bye, Group 2. Hi, Group 3. Welcome, welcome, welcome to your reading. I just lost something. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm not going to channel with the seashells today. I just feel like it's not that kind of reading. So we're just going to get right into the cards. But first, you have chosen this super cool pirate shot glass. It is silver with black skulls on it. I hope you can see it. Like black skull and crossbones. And I got it from Venice, Florida. This is one of my favorites, but I don't really use it that much. I'm not going to make assumptions about what this means for you, but please let me know in the comments if you feel like this somehow resonates in some way. Let me know how in the comments. I'm super curious. So, let me take a sip of my coffee and we'll get right into your cards. All right. What makes Group 3 exciting? What keeps people on their toes when it comes to Group 3? We have the Hierophant. Right. What's unexpected about Group 3? We're just going to get 2 cards for this deck. Knight of Swords. The Hierophant, Knight of Swords. And we have the 3 of Cups here. This is interesting. I'm seeing somebody who is a bit preachy. I'm seeing somebody who's a bit preachy. Okay. I'm also seeing somebody who teaches, maybe. So I'm seeing somebody also who moves around. I'm seeing somebody who passes on messages, and could move very quickly doing this. I'm also getting the internet, so somebody could have a podcast maybe, or somebody could provide like some type of wisdom of some sort to people on the internet or in person, right? You could be somebody who does conferences, or you get called in to be like a speaker or something. But I'm seeing somebody who has things to say, who tries to say them quickly to a large group of people or to a good number of people in as much time as they can. Oh my goodness. With this 3 of Cups, it could be you're very personable as well. Like, I'm seeing somebody who works with children as well, like young children. But with this 3 of Cups, there's this charisma that you have that's very surprising to people. Maybe you can talk your way out of situations. I'm seeing somebody who is very clever, kind of witty. Let's see. Somebody could be a Taurus. I'm getting a Gemini energy with this Knight of Swords, like maybe a moon, a Gemini moon, Gemini Mercury, or maybe Virgo Mercury, because I'm looking at this mouth and I'm just getting like this mercurial energy. Hmm. Hmm. People might come to you for help. Maybe it's surprising that you, or what makes you exciting and catches people off guard is you give good advice. Like you're able to give good advice. Um, Maybe on the spot, like it's almost like you've been through it before, or you didn't even have to think about the advice you gave. Maybe they're surprised that you are able to give this advice without having experienced the same type of situation. Uh, I do get this energy of like inspiring others. You could be some type of influencer, or you have a following. Some of you could read tarot, or some of you could. It doesn't have to be. It could be guidance in any way. It could be academic. With the swords, though, I am getting a very physical aspect. So it could be like coaching, maybe some of you. But it's like you're motivational, right? The wisdom that you provide, it kind of motivates people to be better and do better. And that's like very exciting to people. Hold on. All right, we're going to move on to the next set of cards. She is just acting a fool. Sit, sit, sit. Sit. Good. All right. Next set of cards. What is surprising or exciting about group 3? What catches people off guard? What keeps them on their toes? How did group 3 keep people on their toes? The Lovers. Okay. So somebody definitely has some Venetian energy here with this Hierophant and then the Lovers here. I'm getting lots of Venetian energy. Ten of Swords, okay? Uh-oh. Sorry, baby. One more card for group 3. I feel like I might have to clarify this Ten of Swords. What is this? We have the Four of Pentacles. So I do feel like Taurus is pretty heavy now. You could be very faithful, I feel like, or I don't know. There's something here about your discipline. But I want to clarify this Ten of Swords. Clarify this Ten of Swords for me, please, Spirit. Maybe it's your morals. Your morality is kind of something that... Just one card for me to clarify the Ten of Swords. Maybe you've experienced loss, Judgment. Maybe it surprises you. Maybe it surprises people what you've lost. We have Four of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Maybe it surprises people. What's exciting about you is there's something I'm getting about your mindset here with the Lovers and the Four of Pentacles, right? This Venetian energy that's coming through. There's something about the way you show love, or the way you give to your community, right? The way you give back to your community in some way. When you provide this guidance, it's almost like it's like quality time, right? It's bonding. It feels very personal. From other people's perspective, it feels like you're a big brother or sister, okay? to them. With this Ten of Swords and Judgment, it's like I'm getting here that it surprises people. What's surprising or exciting or keeps people on their toes, or what's unexpected, is the things that you still need to heal from, or just the fact that you have things that you need to heal from still. There are some things here about, like your past, things you may have felt like you lost in the past, or a person you may have lost in the past, or some type of experience you've had. And with this Four of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, it's like there is a bit of fear here or apprehension here that you have. I feel like for some of you, you could be afraid of being wrong. I don't know, that just came through. Being afraid of being wrong. And so there are things you don't say or things you keep to yourself because you don't want to be wrong. Maybe you were wrong about something before with the Ten of Swords, clarify by the Judgment. There was something that you thought would go one way and it didn't. And so people find that surprising, that you still kind of hold this over yourself, or that you're still nervous, right, about being wrong. Maybe from outsider perspectives, like you're right most of the time, or to them they don't see why you wouldn't be right. Maybe you have a fear of spreading misinformation. Mojo, move. I feel like maybe you're afraid of, okay, so with this Lovers here, I feel like people are surprised at how nervous you are about love, or how apprehensive you are about relationships, right? Because I see this Three of Cups, and so I see somebody who's very charismatic, pretty personable, somebody who has who can make friends, or who can at least socialize in a good way. You're able to captivate people and get them to listen to you. But it's like when it comes to this Lovers thing, it's like you seem like you would be a good partner, right? And you might attract other good potential partners, but it's like you're really, really nervous about being wrong. Like you don't want to be wrong about who you end up with, and it really does surprise people, right? Because it's like it's not something that they might immediately know about you, but when they do, it's like, what? With this Four of Pentacles, you have this way of like pushing people away, or blocking them out, or preventing things from going further. You know what I'm saying? You might have this thing where you don't really want to commit, but it's not that you don't want a relationship. You don't want to be wrong. You don't want to be wrong, and then whatever you whatever you invest in fail. And I would just say this, like, that is irrational. Four of Swords are usually fears that are irrational. Like a relationship not working out is like something that just, like, you can't let that keep you from having connections, because otherwise you just shouldn't have any connections, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. All right, so what else am I getting here? But I feel like you want to have a good connection. You want to date people or whatever, but you just don't want to be wrong about. And I would say this does make you exciting for potential partners, right? Because they feel like maybe they'll be the one to get you to change your mind. I'm saying, like, that can make you kind of exciting. You present this challenge to people. But I do see overall, I feel like that excitement doesn't really last. It kind of turns into this thing where people are like just amazed, but also like, because you're so scared of being wrong about a person. You know what I'm saying? But I do see it being exciting in the beginning, definitely. But I want to get one more card from my Oracle deck. What makes group 3 exciting? I did have to give a little advice to group 2, but I'm not seeing too much advice coming out for group 3, but I do see the message coming through about this fear or apprehension in regards to connections. I am seeing that it's not rational, right? Like, that's all really Spirit needs me to say at this point. Ooh, I don't want 2 cards. Can I just get 1 card? What makes group 3 exciting? Just 1 card, please. All right. Sunset. And we have the lighthouse here. Okay. So I want to start with the lighthouse that's at the bottom of the deck. I do see that for people, like I said, you are this light. You're somebody that they can come to for advice. If they have a question, you usually have an answer, right? You're a pillar for people. You're a leader, you know? And there's this element of making people feel safe and seen, all right? But with the sunset here, which is the main card that popped out, I do feel like people are surprised at how, because I'm getting a pessimism, right? Because with the sunset, this person in the picture, they're watching the sun go down because they're afraid of the dark, right? They're, you know, the night is dark without the sun, and they're seeing the sunset as more of an omen. In the picture, I'm kind of seeing it that way. But in reality, a sunset is just a resting period, and it's brief. Or rather, it's not permanent. And the sun will rise again in the morning, right? And so people are like kind of surprised at kind of the pessimism or the jadedness that you seem to embody here. I'm also seeing people be pretty, like, maybe people feel like you're lonely. They're surprised at how lonely you are. I'm also seeing somebody who really does deny themselves what they want, right? How much you restrict yourself. There's this unnecessary fear or apprehension that keeps coming through. And so it's like, that's what's the most shocking to people about you. That's what catches people off guard the most, is how much you seem scared to really deepen your connections with people on a on a one-on-one, like, emotional, romantic kind of level, or intimate, let's say. Well, that's all I have for you, group 3. I wish I could say more, but it is coming through a little bit vague, a little bit more vague than the other 2 groups. And there's not really advice coming through. Like, group 2, but I guess this is something for you to think about. If you don't feel like it's a problem, then don't worry about it. But if this is like something like you don't want to be perceived this way, or you perceive this way, but it's just, you know what I mean, then maybe work on it and try and work through that fear. But it's kind of like, it's definitely this energy of people come to you, but you don't have anybody that you can go to. Okay? Like, people see that they can ask you for guidance, and they can come to you for comfort, and they can come to you with all their problems and this, that, and the third. But it's like, who can you go to, right? And so people are kind of surprised that you kind of like self-impose this loneliness and solitude out of fear of just being wrong about a connection. But anyway, bye group 3. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment if you want, and if you want to be notified whenever I post new videos, then make sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell, and yeah. Lastly, I am open for private reading, so if you want to book a private reading with me, then go ahead and use the link in the description box. It'll take you right over to my website. And without further ado, bye group 3. See you at the next video.